Yo, what's going on, guys? Gonna be showing you how to carry on Misfortune here in season 12. The best runes you can take on, or the most consistent ones by far, are 𝗕𝐂𝐈𝐀𝐋𝐒 with mana flow, absolute focus with Gathering Storm, presence of mind, lots of extra mana on that one, and 𝗕𝐂𝐈𝐀𝐋𝐒. If you have an all-in support like Leona, Alistair, Braum, that type of thing, then you're definitely gonna want to go for press the attack instead of 𝗕𝐂𝐈𝐀𝐿. However, if you don't have an all-in support, or if you just don't trust your all-in support, you can't go wrong with 𝗕𝐂𝐈𝐀𝐋𝐒. It's consistent damage. You can constantly apply it with your Q or your E's. Now, Misfortune has changed over the seasons where E isn't nearly as spammable. The cooldown is ridiculously long, 18 seconds level 1, absurd. That's why you're going to want to start Q, then get W, then get E, max Q first, W second, and your E last. The whole point of your E is to just slow them. That's it, really. The cooldown's too long to use it as your main form of poke or damage. So it's such a long cooldown, you're going to save it as a slow to get away, or you're going to save it as a slow to land your R, because if they're slowed in your E, obviously they're going to get out of your R much slower and they'll take more damage. Your Q is a good auto attack resetter and bounce tool, and your W is attack speed and movement speed. MF's really easy to last hit on because of her passive. Whenever you hit a target, the most recent target you hit takes the extra damage, just like that. And we're gonna bounce Q. Woo! Look at that. Applied our arcane comment. And if your Q kills something off the bounce, it crits when it hits them. So we'll bounce that Q into her face. You want to try to be bouncing your Q off minions into the enemies every single time it's up. That way they'll be super low and you can start bowling them off the wave. And then whenever they do step up for the wave, you can set up a kill on them. So there I should have autoed her. I had level advantage. That was my mistake. Ideally, don't miss CS to poke them, though. Ooh, this is weird. Looks like 𝗕𝘂𝐀𝐀𝐿. That's an interesting pick. We're going to pop a refill. 𝗕𝘂 really tried to force a kill there. I'm going to have to ward this bush. The fact that he did that is super sketchy. I like seeing 𝗕𝘂𝐀𝐿. I love playing it. It's actually a very solid pick, but it is somewhat matchup dependent. I'm going to activate my W for the attack speed. Auto attack and Q. Auto attack Q reset. Down she goes. She's trying to poke the Soraka. She's can't play that far up, though. She's going to get herself killed doing that. Make sure when you're having these all-in fights, or if you're trying to hard dump the wave, that you turn on your W for the attack speed bonus. So here we have it on. It's going to make it very easy to last hit these. She's super low. We could try to poke her. Drop an E on her. Boom. Oh, she healed herself. Okay. That was exciting. Good times. I was going to flash in an auto where it looks like she ate a potion or something. She healed up a lot. We're going to need to reset here. Yeah, we'll just leave. There's no need to die for it. Plus, I wasted my flash. Something we could have done was instead auto a minion before we auto her again. That way we could apply our passive to her, and that would have probably finished her off. First item rush, looking to get Serrated Dirk. It's huge for Misfortune. Gives you so much extra damage, especially on your fat Q bounces, since those are pure physical damage. Your E is magic damage, and your R is physical, so that Serrated Dirk is mainly just for the Q. Your E doesn't even scale off of physical, unfortunately. The Samira's backing here. I think I might actually miss the XP from Cannon. We're still up in CS, though, so we'll be all right. I think we will be down a little bit of XP here, though, which will suck. Oh, I don't know what Soraka's doing there. She took that support item where she has to last hit the minions. The closer you are to the minions, the easier they will be to last hit, because their autos and your attacks get there quicker. Go for that Q max first. What you usually want to do is set up one of the backline minions half health or lower. That way you can easily set up your Q. Like here, we'll auto attack Q, and then we bounce it into her. Auto Q. Q pinches off really fast after autos. And can bounce a big fatty into them just like we did there. Pull away from the wave. Lux is so aggro. There she goes. She eats the Q. She chips down so much faster than the Samira. I'm just going to start blasting her. She'll start getting my full attention. Bounce the Q. She backed away from it. When they start doing that, you might have to hold on to it a bit. We popped our W so we don't miss any of these minions. If there's a lot of minions low on health, it's a good idea to pop your W. And I'm holding on to my E because the damage output on it's just that low. It wouldn't really be worth the use here. Got the Q bounce. Holy crap, that was a lot of damage. Got the Q bounce again. She blocked my auto attack. More importantly, the Q connected. We need to have a ward if we're going to be up that far. If we're going to play this deep under their turret, can't have 𝗕𝘂𝘀 coming up behind us. Samir can follow up on. Yep, sure enough, 𝗕𝘂𝑀's here. 𝐒𝐎𝑂𝐈𝐀𝐋𝐒 lands the Q. We'll get down our E. We have W attack speed on. Auto attack Q reset. Down 𝗕𝘂𝑀 goes. That's what he gets for trying to gank. He's not going to likely come bot again. I'll turn on my W here. She just wind walled that. That's kind of funny. These guys are playing super on tilt here. They really didn't want to let me pass. They blew a lot of abilities. Miss Fortune's great for juking. She has a tiny hitbox. We'll bounce the minion. Down she goes. Samira's one hit. Nice, nice, nice. We need to shove this wave. We're going to turn on our W to do that effectively. That juicy attack speed, and we'll finish it off with a Q. I actually want this plate, and then I'll reset. I'm not going to stay for anything else. If we didn't get a single auto on the turret, we wouldn't have got credit for the plate, even if my minions destroyed it. Now that we have the wave crashed, that means they're going to miss out on a lot of gold and XP, and the wave should bounce back into us, putting us in an amazing lane position. Eclipse is the best first item rush on Miss Fortune, hands down. And I think we're going to want to go Swifties versus these guys. They have a lot of skill shots. Samira has skill shots. Yone has skill shots. York has skill shots. So does the Lux. The only person who doesn't have skill shots is 𝗕𝘂𝑀, and even then, technically, his Mushroom's a skill shot. Going to go ahead and pick up our R. Once again, whenever you R, make sure you hit them with an E first if you can. That way, they'll be stuck in your R for longer. MFR is one of the highest, probably the highest damage dealing ability in the game. We're going to try to bounce this on her. We're going to ward in that bush since they have it shoved up, and we can freeze it from here a little bit. You want them to have 4 minions on a proper freeze, but we can definitely slow this down and hold a soft freeze here for a bit. The wave is in an uncomfortable position for them. They have to step up. Yone's coming in to gank. Oftentimes, if you're getting ahead or playing aggressive, you will get camped, so try to get wards down. If you don't, you'll be sad because you'll die from ganks. Playing in my 𝗂𝐈𝐀𝐋𝐒 jungle. When she comes in front of this cannon, I'll try to all-in her. I have on my W. We're going to get our E behind her. Auto attack QR. Auto attack Q. If she didn't dash back in on me there, she would have 100% died for my R. So our R kind of forced her to go back in on me there. She didn't really have a choice. I saw that her teammates were on drag and she wasn't going to get any backup. In hindsight, I should have just held my R. I can out damage her with my gold lead, even with my Swifties purchase. So I could have just held R, forced her to dash to me, and killed her 2 versus 1 with Soraka. This is a weird spot to be in. I wonder if there's a control ward up here. Just pinging her to go ward that. Also, I don't know if I mentioned this. Make sure you ban Yasuo if you want to play MF. His wind wall will completely shut you down. Oof. Auto attack. Ooh, I wanted to Q reset, but she wind walled. Soraka should be able to heal back up a little bit off her potion there. Boom. Lux eats the Q. This 𝗕𝘂𝑀𝑀 is being a troll. I have my W on. Got my E. Auto attack Q reset. I'm going to flash that Lux ability. Turned on my W for the movement speed. Just stepped on a Teemo mushroom. That's exciting. Lux has her R2. If it's up, she could potentially kill me. Oh, Soraka just wasted her E. I don't really want to deal with this Lux here. We'll reset. Oh, wow. Down goes Soraka. At least we have full Eclipse. That puts us in a really powerful position here. Want to go collect our second item. Super, super strong on MF. Lots of lethality. The crit's super useful. The AD super useful. Extra gold. And it helps your R and your E chew them up as they try to get out with a little bit of health. Samira got a couple of plates. She's putting herself in a rough spot to where I should be able to take her full turret here. We're going to shove the wave with our W and our Q. We'll probably hold on to E because it doesn't do a whole lot. Might as well save it for its slow potential. And whenever you apply your passive to something, so whenever you swap targets, it puts your W on a lower cooldown by 2 full seconds, which is kind of nuts. So that extra attack speed really helps you push stuff. Auto attack Q reset. We have our W back on. Boom, she's dead. I felt that one coming. She was stepping up to try to give Samira some pressure. She did not respect that minion's position. We're going to W for the movement speed bonus. Might actually be able to get her here. I'll heal for the speed up. Oh, man, she lived with like less than 50 health. That's unfortunate. I'll take it. It is what it is. Turn on W for attack speed bonus. Oh, didn't quite get plate. We're running out of mana. Mana Moon's a solid option on MF. You don't usually need it. Oftentimes it can delay your huge power spike off as Searle does. Having Searle does is way more useful. Mana Moon is a little bit outdated on MF. After Searle's, we could pick up a tier if we find ourselves running out of mana still. It's kind of rare though. I'm gonna go, actually, we could wait for this chick. She's really far behind. She's gonna step up. Otherwise, we'd want to reset and get mid plates. Yeah, she's just waiting. She's like just hoping we're backing. She's dead though. We'll save our W as a movement speed bonus once she hits us. Click on our E, auto attack Q reset. Down she goes. Turn on our W, shoot a different target each shot. W is such a good push tool. Ridiculous amount of attack speed. Right now it's giving us 55 attack speed for 4 full seconds. As long as you're constantly autoing, you can permanently be on MF's bonus attack speed off of her W. It's super, super strong. We're very close to our collector here. Once we have that, woo-wee. Their whole team is really squishy. This is a perfect game for MF. No one on their team except for York is traditionally going to build any armor. Well, I guess Samira traditionally does go plated steel caps, but still. They have very low armor champions on their team, which is perfect for MF because her best items are lethality, which shreds flat armor. And then Searle will do the rest. I'm going to turn on our W. I don't really want to steal this chick's CS. Do want to push the wave. I'm gonna hold on to my E. It's really garbage poke tool right now at level 1. I'm not gonna waste it unless I can find a nice little setup like that. It's a setup tool and an escape tool. Poke tool, not so much. Your Q's a much better poke tool. It's on a lower cooldown. Much, much, much lower mana cost. Every time you use an E, you're essentially depriving yourself of 2 Qs, and a single Q will do more damage than 1 E. A lot of players on MF are still on the mindset of spam E. It's just not really feasible anymore. We don't have any minions to swap our passive onto. It's nice that you can apply your passive to turrets. In that one play where I flash like a goober, auto attack Q reset. Teemo's just trolling now. He's clearly trolling. Auto attack Q reset. Auto attack Q reset. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, that one play where I trolled. I could have auto turret, then flash auto the Samira to finisher, because you can apply your passive to turrets. That would have been really nice if I would have done that. Right now, I think they're just throwing. I think someone voted no, so they're not really trying to win anymore. If I had to guess, 𝗕𝘂 is voting no and then just running out. Or maybe, you know what? Maybe he's voting yes and like Lux is voting no. I think that's more likely. Really aggressive position. You should never be this deep. 𝗕𝘂𝘀𝗶H is a massive team fighter champion. She's not a weird assassin like Tristana or Vayne. Since we are ahead, we can get away with doing stuff like this. We got our E down, we got our W on. Bounce the Q. The prophecy is fulfilled. Flash auto Q. Oh, he died from one auto there. Yeah, this game's wrapped up. There's no way they can come back with their comp. One of my R's wipes their whole team, except for maybe Yorick. R right now does 2,000 damage. No one has 2,000 health right now except for Ornn. MFR is such a nutty ability. Got our W on. That did not work. I gotta get out of here. Try to pinch her. She had the shields, and she has a little bit of HP from her items as well. Dark Seal a little bit, her support item a little bit, and she's on a corruption, so she's deceptively tanky. She is just sneakily tanky there. Got Collector, go straight into Serldus. Whenever you hit enemies with an ability, Serldus does slow them, so having Serldus basically turns your R into an E, which is nice. So if you hit them with an E and an R, they're double slowed. Feels really good when that happens. We're not in range for this guy yet. Auto attack Q reset. I'm really getting the habit of pressing auto then Q. Makes such a big difference. Our movement speed from W is coming back up because apparently we took damage there. Whenever you take damage, it removes your bonus movement speed. And then when you press W, you instantly regain that bonus movement speed. See if the minion hits us there and we lose it. I'm going to turn on my W to shove this. Without using W, shoving waves on MF in a timely manner is so bad. You have to use W. And lane, oftentimes, unless they back, you don't, because you want to set up Qs. And if you're killing all the minions with Ws, then it's hard to. Samira split pushing bot. We could go grab that real quick. 𝗕𝘂's dead. And Yone should be coming out of base. She has shield bow. I have huge item advantage. I'll still kite her out. Samira. We should be a lot faster. I'm getting E down. Auto attack Q reset. I'm gonna flick on my W and she's gone. She used flash, I used R. My R is a much lower cooldown. It is what it is. We can heal up off a scuttle here. Ooh, this would be a nice spot to press R. Usually around walls or when you're in a bush is the best time to do it. Auto attack Q reset. Oh, she got my kill. I used W to get my movement speed back. I want to get to this Yorick in time. He's heading for a bush. He does have Hullbreaker. He can be kind of hard to kill here. Auto attack Q reset. Down he goes. Very close to Serldus here. We need to watch our positioning. I don't want to blind approach a bush. 𝗕𝘂𝐈𝐀𝐋𝐒 shouldn't... Oh, that dragon. That was a little bit risky if Lux was ready and waiting with her snare. 𝗕𝘂𝐈𝐀𝐋𝐒's going back in. Lands the QW. Alright. We should probably look to wrap this game up. Just stay team fighting. Never split push on MF. Split pushing on MF is really, really bad. Her single target damage isn't nearly as impressive as her multi-target damage, which therefore makes her a team fighter off of her R. Almost have Searled. Searled us. Look for another team fight and then we'll try to end the game. If we die and 𝗕𝐂𝐈𝐀𝐋 dies, they can get back into this game a little bit because that's 2,000 shutdown. At the same time, it's going to be hard for them to cancel my R. Nothing on their team stops my R except for 𝗕𝘂𝐻𝐶. Snares don't cancel MFR. It has to be a knock-up or a stun or a silence. Or a polymorph or suppression. Like Lux Snare will do nothing. Teemo Blind will do nothing. Boom. Bounce the Q. They're not close enough. Feeling a little nervous. I don't like being around walls with a Lux hanging around. I bet you that was tasty for 𝗂𝐻 to eat. 𝗂𝐻 panic Rs. Panic flashes. Our W movement speed slowly but surely is coming back online. Plus 25 there. And we're moving at 472. That's as fast as a Janna with Mobies right there. MF movement speed is nutty. I'll attack Q reset. And we drop into the R. Usually you don't want to, if you're fighting a single person, you usually don't want to R until they're outside of your auto attack range. Because your auto attack are guaranteed. They can't really dodge or block those for the most part. So just try to pinch off as many autos as you can. Auto attack into Q, then R like we did there. Now, if you're in a team fight and you're going to hit multiple people with your R, then it's a little bit different. You're pretty much immediately going to E, then R in that case. Auto attack Q reset. Oh, that was some crazy damage. Ooh. Yeah, Yasuo, I mean, 𝗂𝐻 chunks, man. They tore me down like I was nothing there. I'll go back at my Searleds. I think we can set up a big... Ooh, actually, I can stay. 𝗂𝐻 might have his R. I'll look to do a big juke on him. Got Soraka on our backside here. I'll go in for an early E, try to force out his R. Down he goes. We're not going to be able to catch up to the Lux. We're taking minion damage, which is scraping off our W passive movement speed. That stinks, otherwise we would have had her. Minions really spoil all the fun. It'd be nice if at max rank, if minions didn't remove your W bonus movement speed. That would make MF so much stronger. If she could just stay at 480. Oof. That'd be nutty. We may be able to end before we even get Searled here. Big old Soraka heals. They don't have much heal cut, if any, right now. They have a lot of wave clear, though. Someone's going to have to reset for the Samira split push. Oftentimes when enemies are behind and they have the weaker team fight comp, see them just perma-splitting. In those situations, it's usually best to just group and end. In this case, the enemies have so much freaking AoE damage off of the Lux and Teemo shrooms. We can't push minion waves in. They're just going to keep killing it. So we're going to have to wait till we get Drag Soul or Baron to end. Otherwise, we'll throw gold underneath turrets, and that's not what you want to do when you're ahead. When you're ahead, you're in the driver's seat. You don't have to act like an irrational, strung-out drug addict on the side of the street. Just stay in your car and keep on driving, right? That's what we're going to keep doing here. Dragon's up in 40. I doubt this is warded. I'll keep an eye on Lux. I guess I can let them go for this control word and then I'll blast him over the wall. That works too. Because they're going to try to ward this since it's soul. Oh, hey Teemo. Auto attack Q reset. Down he goes. My E's on cooldown. Still looking for the R. Not seeing it. I was thinking about Arner. I knew she was just going to win wall, potentially flash. I'm glad I held on to it because that's exactly what she did. Soraka actually just died. What? That's crazy. Just getting aggressive on the Lux. It's amazing how short of a cooldown MFQ is. Right now it's only on a 2.5-second cooldown. Beautiful. At this point, I think we take Baron. Lux is still alive. It's going to be hard to dump this wave. With the Dragon Soul, it's going to be very hard for them to team fight us at all. Now, Ornn's going to become unkillable. And it's going to be that much harder for them to pinch anyone else off too. It'd be cool if Baron had 2 different heads. That way you could constantly reapply your passive and get your W off of cooldown faster. I'm going to peel off here to the side, try to set up an R. You don't want to be standing on your teammates when it's time to do this. You want to be a little bit off to the side if possible. Down they go. If you're standing right on top of your teammates and the enemies have big AoE abilities like Annie, Lux, or Yone, you're going to, like, your whole team's going to die, including you. So you want to be a little bit off to the side, at least a Lucian dash away from your teammates. Give yourself that extra barrier of protection. Little surprised they're not surrendering. They're going to force us to take the win. I can respect that. And take the win we shall. MF in the late game is no joke. There's no AD carry I'd rather have on my team in the late game than MF against most compositions. If the enemies have some bizarre way of constantly canceling an MFR, then yeah, I wouldn't want her on my team. But most of the time, that tool doesn't exist if she positions properly. Auto attack Q reset. Holy crap, that auto erased him. I want to get this kill on Lux. She's standing so far back. Once my R's up, I can actually do it. I want to kill her in Fountain. I want to. I really, really want to, because when people in Fountain, they feel so safe. They're so cocky, like, oh, you can't get me. It's like, I don't know about that one, buddy. I think I can. I have the range for it. I'll ER. They won't be able to get out of the way in time. Try to blow Samira win wall first. No, I'm not surrendering. No thanks. Auto attack Q reset. Bye bye. Oh, come on. Boom. Nice. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this MF AD carry commentary guide for season 12. If you did enjoy it, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. My name is Kingstixbusiness. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time. Looking at damage dealt to enemy champions, we had a nice little lead. It should be expected on MF if you can make it to the mid late game, because your team fight damage off of R is pretty nuts. For damage taken, we've taken a fair amount. That means we were in fights, taking a little bit of aggro. For runes, Arcane Comet did a whopping 2,200 damage. Mana Float gave us total bonus mana of 250 and restored 477 mana. We had Absolute Focus active for 20 minutes, 40 seconds. And Gathering Storm was giving us a bonus 14 AD. That's more than a longsword, so about a 400 gold value there. It gets much better late game though. And Presence of Mind gave us back 4,000 mana. Holy crap. With Coup de Grace doing 1,000 damage. All in all, MF AD carry is probably the best, or tied with Ezreal beginner AD carries in the game.